Mamaka bi binchiro. Cecilia Dapaah likes no almost millions of MPP mu. Hundreds of the Cecilia Dapaah type MPP mu. The right time no, you will see all of them. They will be facing court. Cecilia Dapaah, they say a small one bio. Shagelia, why say backpack? Give to Oware. Why is a backpack? Give to Oware. Why is a backpack? Why is a backpacker? Yede kwaji abe. Why is a backpack? Saga Wedian a small. There are hundreds and thousands of criminals in the MPP. Cecilia Dapaah is some of the Martin. Ghana for Mutiemi, John Dramani Mahama, or the Asempa Biaba. Now, Sempa or the Abena say, Wamani Health Minister, IBB. Now, Oba America will be a friend of Obamacare, Trump and EDH or say no. Now, Tama Mahama, AD president from 2012 to 2016. Now, Mutibi to say, Esla, and some other funds be a OBBA. Now, John Mahama, Ebe, or say the next 42 years, no, I was saying, yes, Kapudu be the tour. Yes, for specifically for the yare. Ghana phobia, yare bia bomwa, sebio, enye yare ketwa, yare amount of friend chronic, yare yentumin swano kekeno. John Mahama said, and then the health minister, Kobana Minta Akando. We yi nipa enkono, say, omunka mutimbom, na yembia be a friend fund, footwo. Now ye be a footwo bia. John Mahama said, sa footwo no, muti energy. Levy, energy, Esla. Now, sa Esla na motemote no. John Mahama be a foot to be a na air ye de sikatum, sikane demuno, sikani ye free a yedian, ye munkania any oil na yutuno. Intine 2 oil na, and Fasona yenyano, near Tibi, near the atum. John Mahama every power no, na sike dem over $250 million. Sa sikano, daho Emma enchirima. In the John Mahama every power no, na sa fund no we baby your friend footwo and I say a footwo. And then your friend fund no. Inti and the John Mahama sa da you know sa dabi. Cecilia nipe nyini yare doso. Enkwara enya yare empinifo nya yare. E wo se otumi de footwo bi to a aban footwo bi to a sa footwo no se yare bi bow na yare no beduru impempenso bi ye hu de yenye. Uni sika betuma show kopim se bia obewu a saa foto ne betuma kom na yakoyi aban yakoyi na ode aboa enti John Mahama ofra bibi Mahama Cares eno ye another funder ode by a friend no the Ghana Medical Care Fund or Care Trust. Now saa Care Trust Fund no the Mahama ye ne say o see health minister no wa hye no ombie saa foto no na yempa sika mfa ngum nana onana no bedi Ghana so mfie wotwe kwase ade ni wi sandbox number 2 emergentra omubu nipa nimtia botuo Otumfuo nana Otumfuo wonana no we ebi Jimmy fucking MPP we megu no nana. John Mahama says sia no Ghana for ntia say wa man health minister no wa pet nipa nkono a omunka omutimbom na omumbie fund na aban emfa sika ngum na sa sika no yediguma for the next 42 years no debia afibia di sika begum ye di sika beguma obia ebia wonya yare bi kodanda yare kwankro ye fe no kwankro yare a wo kwa enko ye fe no yare kwankro. John Mahama say yare kwankro no ni nyina abesi obu a wonya kidney problem obu a wonya cancer obi a wonya liver yare bu a wo kwa edin o say aban de foto ebeto from ende ekosi 42 years no and over no e wo say di sika tum na saa sika na de betum no eno na ebehwe Ghana for enkwara apemfo anifrafo mbabaawa enkokora saa eda ho nti asem si bibi te say ebia COVID-19 baaye yebekọ saa efoto nim ne yakoyi sika puduo ne de abo enho bra se ne be ya Ghana economy no embu ni trase if say COVID-19 baaye no sika na eda wa Mahama de to Esla energy infaso ya de to ho no ekufo ado ne nkwasiafo ekofa sika ne die koji bi wa IMF koji bi wa World Bank Esla de babo jantra di ni nyina nana onananum ya o terminal report na me kan kire wi MPP nkwasiafo yi enti Ghana fo ene tina me ka kyam say sa o ya Ghana ni nde na wonyam o ya Ghana ni nde na wanyini o ya Ghana ni nde o ya akwara o kina wonim de beto when your president be our city Mahama Cares eye Medical Care Trust Fund ye be bie foto ama Ghana fo ye de sika begum na saa sika no ebetumi free bebia ye revenue kakra benya no ye di begum send ye beya from now to the 46 years a day enim no because issue ni nyina say ye be start the sika na gum free ende samuma NDC free power in 8 years a sika no MPP for ba umbedi oho kirew na yare bowa ubewu inti sa opese oba wawo no wedi 1 year opese akora no enyini che na ebia yare bi kobo no in the next 30 years 35 years 40 years wuni ho no sa fund we no e wo so boama NDC gina power for another 48 years sene ebeya sika no bedoso na ebetumi ahwe wo oma ebia yare bi bebo oba anawawo anawo papa inti 42 years no e wo se nyina ye boa na MPP every power never to come to power na ya boa NDC mo mutumi nya efoto no gina ne naso Mr. P Mr. S thank you na omutumi madien omutuma foto no gina ne naso ebi ne sinking fund no ajo Mahama biye no ene saa esla no na ye de emfaso gum na ye de sikaputu ogum ema ye nchirima ye ma saa sikara na Mahama de to wam ekufuado e de be rent private jet e de kobo jantra omde num wi ni cocaine no saa sika na eye for ye ma ye nyan wo mo enso ekufuado ye kwasi ampanya ba omi aso no nyansa nti omo ba ya na omde omunsa bo mu no mudi ye Mahama se wasaba Cecilia de Ghana for muntie no ade na obi e no obebie we de e apomuden de eno e na ebehwe Ghana apomuden amane gina ne na so enti moma ye nyina ya for support and support NDC na omuntimi emma saa eye de efoto we entumi gina ne na so ba 50 years obi nim ada yare bebo obi intende de ebegia tum nda ebe support no eno na ebe boaye ema sebio yapomden se ye betena se anase ebewu anase ebenya nkwa no eno na ebe kire ochena so I was see eti bibia se ade ajo Mahama ye no ene NDC ye no eni se ye toto nase sinking fund ne sa esla na jo Mahama ja no ho no $250 million oja wo mu no jo Mahama ba enrechi aka 64,000 gabi kwa no akoyi bi no da koto wi bedieto ko no akoto bi no akoyi bi no da koto tobacco okpo ekufuado na nkasa okoto okoyi bi o de bia to cocaine o da to wi o so o de bia ton sansono jankroma kwa no akoyi bi $250 million omukoro na aka 64,000 memeti hei mene meyire ne memba yakase etu kwa ko Brazil ba 64,000 ebesa nana onana no MPP for mu agimi enti John Mahama ade a woye no or reset kro no I was seeing nyina yeba together na yeba boa NDC for the next 42 years because ade a omoye Messias okay Mamin ready this is in the budget right me team say me ready bibi nchiramo Messias is this in the budget or it's about the fund me team say the document bi aba men kan nchiramo now Mamin kan Mahama case no fund we no senior ebeko enie thank you Mr. S into Mahama case no people say na Mahama ko first wen Mahama say obeye bibi ti say sinking fund obeye bibi ti say esla into where your health there okofasika wen mommy ready baby a Mahama any NDC abai say omokofasika free e dia beto saa fotuo nim government allocation. The Ghanaian government will allocate funds from the national budget to support the initiative. Yase Ghana abanyankasa. Ya budget bia ye beyi sika kakra ne de ato eye futuo nim. Mahama case odeba ebeboa aboame for the next 40 to 50 years no eno na Okatakyie ye nchirimanti. Sika na bi na be free him for na aba or say donor contributions or say international partners, civil society organizations and businesses are being encouraged to contribute financially. Or say omoni eyedien inkrankra businesses any eyedien inkwa ewowo inkronkro so a omotu omo ache eye ntoboa or say omoni omo be kasa se omo so moa na omo yi sika ne bi enyeden emfantum eye indwuma ewo Ghana omo ya nkrankra dwuma sika kakra wo munsem a omo pese omo de boa Ghana no omo betum de saa sika no akoto saa efoto nim. Public-private partnership. Mahama said, collaboration with private sector entities are being explored to provide additional funding and resources. Or say, ɛyɛ aban no ɛne ɛyɛ deɛ sɛbio ankorankora bɛka wɔn ntoma esieni na wɔn ahwɛ ɛkwan bi a ɛyɛ aban ne ankorankora ɛbɛtuma aka wɔn ntoma esieni afa kwan bi so a ɛyɛ kwanpa ɛnya sika ɛde abɛto futuo nim because yɛwɔ ankorankora ndwuma bebree wɔ aburokyire ne Ghana wɔn nya aban a wɔn ne aban bɛdi nsawɔsoɔ na sɛbio wɔn tumi erezi sika a wɔn de bɛboa aban ana ekuro Mahama aban ne sɛ budget wɔn bɛyi sika ne kakra ɛde ato futuo nim Ombema ankrankra ndwuma ene nkro nipa bi a omo sika kakra omo se omo pese omo che Ghana sika no omo so de betum aban so ene ankrankra ndwuma ene nkuo ebeka omo ntoma sieni atena se afa adwene a omo nyina betumi apesika ede ababegu eyesa afotuo nim oba National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS or say while the NHIS does not cover all chronic diseases, it may play a supplementary role in funding certain aspects of the initiative. Omo say Yanyide nim say National Health Insurance no yare bi wo ha enkava yare bi wo ha ehun sikasem edoso pa inti nipa baako yentumi spend $2 million and $5 million e nipa no ho International Health Insurance no so entumi cover nipa baako inti they also say yare bi wo ha eye kodanda eye kwanko inti sa yare na e fall under eye chronic diseases no National Health Insurance so no de omba ne say omba National Health Insurance no etumi enya sika kakra no mo so de atofotuo nim if the National Health Insurance no omo tumi generate sika kakra inti also ebe pole kakra na de akoto futuo nim wey eye yenchirima and wedi 1 year akora na wo hye wachina wa also ngan no akora na wawo no kagetia konfo anoche wawo no Tamale Hospital na wo hwe nanim anadwe a utie mi no sa akora ni ntina John Mahama yes adewe if you say in the next 25 years no 36 years no obedi 20 years no onya akomayare a aban beka se sika da ho bra ne mfa nkoye operation oba no magina radio so TV so ensre sika oba no embeka nkyere Ghana for se me maame no onibi ende sebio ebibia ye miti cancer to mitrim ena obi ma misika aban ebe frɛ na ka se sika da ho o maame e de to ho saa o maame to no gye ne amfa bi enye operation inti san wey na John Mahama said the next 46 years no o se Ghana fo nyina support na yema Ghana gina ne na so. Anytime catch you say the agenda 42 years no I was say Ghana nyina ya ka ho na ya boa na ya shape NDC no ya protect omo ya guide omo ya mistake a ya tumi ni omo kasa omo buye na ya tumi kyekyere man no NPP ntumi muaye NPP as a political party no mo jimi inti na me catch Ghana for say let's look at the NDC omo nyansa omo adwene Inti akando oye health minister no wakani pankunu esieni se omo ndwendwene ho na omo hwese ne eye efoto no yebebie na Ghana fo nyina so yenya ehon faso. I'll be right back.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No lokodo, no answer my. Abuache. Iwo fufu Belgium fan. Ewa betia Belgium fan. Ewo tuwa Belgium fan. Why yo ye? Why round wa? Why yo ye? Why round wa? Why yo ye? Why round wa? Why yo ye? Supono why round wa? Ewo fufu Belgium fan. Ewa betia Belgium fan. Ewo tuwa Belgium fan. Ewo tuwa Belgium fan. Why yo ye? Why round wa? 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 Every papa no, one is the motto. 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 Why round wa? Why yo ye? Why round wa?
Thank you very much for staying. Makacha Ghana for I control the airwaves. I decide who speaks and who doesn't. Baby, I'm fan to me trim. You can make noise, you can insult, you can incite, you can be tribalistic, you can be foolish, you can be disgusting, you can be purely stupid. But at the end of the day, Dede Ayu will tell you that maintain. I control who speaks in Ghana. I control which media house is relevant. And the moment me masa green light, you can do whatever you want to do. You will not succeed. And that is me. And it is all because of nokre, the truth. Noise the amount for be noise. Chan, but I decide. I decide who speaks and who doesn't. Until I decide to say, "O bekasa, who you show, who as the stay for too long, stay for a very short period." I make that decision, a sole decision by me. People need to understand. It is not the noise, it is not the chaos, it is not the foolishness, and it's not the stupidity. It is the control. Muntie, it is the control. I control the minds of NPP. 99.9% of NPP members, I control their mind. Semeka omunko di bini, omunya de chop shit. So nobody should think, say, no cry I catch a Ghana for no. And how we have prepared the minds of Ghanaians to understand and embrace development and embrace no cry. Nobody can change that. Because Onyankopon naka. And you see, we just didn't do this. We asked God for permission. Yebusa Nyankopon permission, and He granted it. He granted it when we started doing the job on the street. When near Nambola so. Na ye nam galamsey site, na ye nam efimu, na sebio amount from consider say we will get to this point. God was preparing us for this time. So we have been ordained from the beginning. So don't underestimate the platform. The moment you try to target this platform, you go down. Because we were prepared. We have been prepared. We were ordained. And sometimes, you ask yourself, na adena El Capitano or Medjumania easy sir. It is not my strength and my power. It is Onyankopon, and He guides me to do what I am doing. That is why majority of the people love me. A few foolish ones hate me, and it is okay because when Obia Pewasema, you are stupid. So I have learned this job. I have humbled myself. I have allowed God to use me, and I've humbled myself before intelligent people. Humbled myself before kids and adults. That is why I am here. That is why I attract intelligent, honest Ghanaians. That is why through my help and the help of the people who help me on my TV and on my platform and other people, John Mahama recorded the highest election result in the history of this country and the biggest gap. And I'm going to make sure, Megu NPP, for the next 42 years, the NDC will rule, govern, protect, build, make sure this country is reset to that country that we have always been fighting for. It is a promise. Sometimes I listen to Ghana Phobi and I'm like, you have no idea. The things they say about me, the allegations, the lies. Me Ekobedu, I am solid. I have been here for a long time. I know the dynamics. I know how this works. When somebody's hungry, I know. When somebody's pained, I know. As I speak to you, millions of you are watching me. I know your mood. Yeah, because I've done this for a long time. I know the mood of people who listen to me at every particular time. It is the experience that comes with this job. Enye dede, enye hantain, enye kokoti, enye jimie, enye koteketwa, enye nyansa, enye ahombrasiye. So we need to understand that Abuache, I am here to stay. El Capitano, I am here. Minko baby, there will be a lot of noise. But until I decide and endorse, nobody can survive in this media space. Yeah. Now, my mentor Adiebi. I say, Kevin, you kwa me. You kwa cheme. Tia si Cecilia Dapaah egigim. Now, Cecilia Dapaah tells court she does not know how much each of her former housekeepers stole from her. Cecilia Dapaah catch the court to say, "Sikanka say you free no onim sikana no. Hey, we Cambodia and the big pen and what it Cecilia Dapaah say, and the original court to catch any Ghana for say, oh, court. Some men call for ya, so we am seeking me housekeepers, I know we should be fear we. Abawa for any abawa bear my free. Sika poti omo wie no, minima no. Na Cecilia wia. And this is we wia pete. We wia fechere. We wia paivela. We wia mo on to me hu etc etc. We wia sikama hu sikana no. Pola de mo chire no we. Sa akwa no we. Ni hu nyenya okasa na dadie bi hye ne ha. Yeah, go for. Pola de mo chire okasa na PBC pipe bi hye ne ha. Eno ya na e dia dia. Pola de mo chire onya nipa o. Omo manufacture no Yugoslavia. Into okasa ahwe ne ha. Omo the PBC bi ahwe ne ha, PBC pipe. Okasa na din aho ade bi hye. Pola de mo chire we mo Jimmy. Let's get serious here. Me say Pola de mo chire onya nipa okasa ahwe ne ha. Okasa abo say that a PBC pipe. So onya nipa. Omo ye no Yugoslavia. Oba expire 2028. Team eno ano no. Expiry date bon ho na mu dia wa ye. Who's a red born ho. Don't waste your time on some people like Pola de Mochri. Now, Cecilia Dapaah issue are very, very important to me. The reason why it's important to me is say, the kind of political party NPP. You see, for some reason, the NPP as a political party, they have stayed away from Cecilia Dapaah in the crime way. And I won't study it. A political party that says it stands for the truth and that it stands to fight corruption. Cecilia Dapaah started who say we sika. The system started working, interrogating her. The amount of money now $25 million. They are going to find it now a children sisa. NPP as a political party, they have deliberately decided to take Cecilia Dapaah's name from their mouth. You know why? Because it's a political party. What they do, they say, every time you're about chrono, they always try to let people think, say, so people chrono or party, that person is not associated with them. And it's always study NPP for history. Every time you bet you drug lord be our Ghana, no, your NPP ni. But from Kofor time, you could see clearly. Yetumichi obia or your drug lord, drug peddler, or a cartel member under Kofor's government. Yetumichi out of Kofor's government. Yetumichi obia or your drugs, typical criminal. What the NPP is very good at, and then they say, they are able to disassociate themselves from Kofor. We know, say, they are corrupt. And it's always steady conversations and commentaries. They don't discuss Cecilia Dapaah. But I want to say adentra. If they believe and know, says Cecilia Dapaah is not guilty of the crime she has been accused of, evidence upon evidence is being provided. NPP will be mounting a very strong defense for Cecilia Dapaah. They are communicators, they are senior officers, they are elders, but for some strange reason, Cecilia Dapaah, or a senior member of the NPP, the NPP as a political party, even their communicators and the party as a body, they have disassociated themselves from Cecilia Dapaah. Because that is the typical NPP. Because they don't want you to taint them with the Cecilia Dapaah crime. They don't want you to remember that during their era, Cecilia Dapaah stole $25 million from Ghanaians. Into what they do, and they say, they move away or they stay away from that conversation for it to look like, say, the person is on her own. Cecilia Dapaah became Cecilia Dapaah because of NPP. Near to Kroma, and in the past, you say, Obiko can some say, in politics, say in the future, as young lady as she is, or to be making some amount of money, or back with politics. The NPP as a political party, they link this lady, and to date, they still link this lady to that comment, and they link that lady to the NDC. For you know, the lady has even quit politics. She's not even doing active politics. She's not been attending any serious NDC events. But the NPP did everything possible to link her And that is the modus operandi of the NDC, MPP. Because that is how they are able to let Ghanaians think, say, Omo party ni de omo mbokrono. Now, when was the last time you heard any NPP communicator speak in defense of Cecilia Dapaah? When was the last time? Or to say, MPP penyini bi atna baby, defend Cecilia Dapaah? No. Because you see, the more they get closer, Ghanaians remember that Cecilia Dapaah is an in and out NPP ni. And it was through the help of MPP and Obenya has had $25 million in VIA. So what they do is they'll throw you under the bus. And the same thing on the John Kuma. John Kuma, a young man coming up. They realize say he was a good character, he was a good politician. He could run through the ranks quickly. They killed him quickly and they isolated themselves from John Kuma's death. Ever since there, you've not heard any NPP person speak on John Kuma's death. Yeah, can't JB Danko do? They knew JB Danko was going through the ranks. He was going to be president. They did what? They killed him. They disassociated themselves from them. So you don't hear them, you don't see them speak on ADA, people who commit crimes in their party. Because you see, what they try to do, they say, so we are a member of the NPP. Now, through them, where they are, they quickly disassociate themselves from you. And they make sure, say, who say you are on your own. Even though problem, they will never associate themselves with you. When was the last time you heard any NPP person speak on the Cecilia Dapaah issue? No. So we are radio, we are TV, now we invite you. Now the Cecilia Dapaah issue, the topic, because I'm busy. On yet. Because that is how the MPP was built. Now, of course, Cecilia Dapaah in Semnimua. Now we read some of the documents. Now, so we read some part of the document. Yes, Cecilia Dapaah case we are. Now, amend charge sheets. Patience Botchi, hairdresser. Sarah Ajay, unemployed. Sometimes in the year 2022 at Ablempe in the Greater Accra region within the jurisdiction of this court did dishonestly appropriate cash, the sum of 800,000 United States dollars, the property of Cecilia Dapaah, $800,000 good fee. Count 3, stealing contrary to section 1241 of the Criminal Offence Act 1960 Act 29. Particulars of offense. Patience Botri, hairdresser, Sarah J. Sometime in the year 2022 at the Ablempe in the Greater Accra region and within the jurisdiction of this court did dishonestly appropriate cash, the sum of 200,000 United States dollars, the property of Cecilia Abena Dapaah. Now, Sikano Muria or Cecilia Dapaah, it goes into millions of dollars. Now, Cecilia Dapaah Nankasampo say, Sikano ne do smart to the point to say, Domuria no on twin onim. For you to tell me, say, ye real dollars, ye real hundreds and millions of dollars, and that you cannot even tell me how much you had in the house, then it means the amount of money you had, it was more than what they have stolen. So the charge sheet is what I read to you. $800,000, $200,000, $1.2 million, gold chain, diamond ring, D&D, and this is Cecilia Dapaah, or yeah, a staunch member of the NPP. Every decision they take, she was in charge, not or your minister. Or say a minister, Nanado Danko Kufuor the NPP for you know, a whole minister, the whole party as a party, they have ignored her. They don't even speak on Cecilia Dapaah's issue. We someone say why. So we need to be careful about the NPP. A political party you cannot trust. They are just in to destroy. Mameka Bibincho, for the past 8 years, you as a Ghanaian watching me, untiminka nyoma miensa positive NPP dibeka Ghana ho. You can't tell me. Yet to Kroman ya catch NPP for say we need to review free SHS. Ekufuor kwasiampenyi catch say cancel. Obi ti wose me didi penyina tem kwasiampenyi. We are talking about the lives of young people. Let's review free SHS. Ekufuor kwasiampenyi say review means cancel. Ba omia kache Ghana say review means cancel. Na meka go for enkwasiafo a wo se meboa me muade. We are talking about the lives of young Ghanaians. These drug addicts did not care. So you should understand, say, the MPP as a political party in your party, you will sit and for once think, say, Yamfa to me more. Mamaka be bin chiro. Cecilia Dapaah likes no almost millions were MPP mu. Chini nyanchi obo. There are hundreds of the Cecilia Dapaah type MPP mu. And the right time, you will see all of them. They will be facing court. Cecilia Dapaah only the end they say a small one bill. Shagelia, why say Nike backpack? Give to Oware. Why is a backpack? Give to Oware. Why is a backpack? Why is a backpacker? Yede kwaji abe. Why you say? Why is a backpack? Saga wedi a small. There are hundreds and thousands of criminals in the MPP. Cecilia Dapaah de somebody amatenenka. Afena mubehu the criminals in the MPP. Now, Shadiawi, Bank of Ghana, Assembly beto omo building home, and the finance minister in his budget can say me very important say you better discuss this assembly. Now, Bank of Ghana building way from the time I had the governor eba parliament eba share the amount of money over $300 million. You did see sir dying way just for as an office. Over $300 million. We are a third world country. And now, Ekufuado neba omia say, yemfa $300 million NC office. Do you know what $300 million can do in Ghana? $300 million. Only maybe asking free. Omu free Bank of Ghana. Sikani ya wo enemy ya dia. Omu ya namaka just a Bank of Ghana boka 60 billion cedis. Are you not worried? Can't you see, say, MPP, we need to burn them alive? Can't you see, say, MPP in your party, and what's a gun in your nyansa you have to be proud of? $300 million. A third world country, people are still studying under trees. I pay for Menoka say da form. Ya wonko form kwa woso a wosanke omutumi ewu form ba anadwo all because there's not even a bed. We have taken out $300 million. Now, see this. And this year, Abena Akasamfufubi, Finance Minister Ekan on the budget or say, Bank of Ghana can lease back its head office to raise $53 billion required to recapitalize. Now, Bank of Ghana for Eddie suggesting biaba, MDC Abena suggesting biaba. Sa sikeya yesen wo sa office way. Bank of Ghana for office here almost see any office way, they can lease it, they can do what? Rent it out and make money because Bank of Ghana as we speak, they are in loss. Omo deka. Sa adesina na nwachia se kurabano. Or the ekabu bro de gu Bank of Ghana so no wanantiko. Kwasi ampe obi ambo ni tuo. Adesina no a Bank of Ghana governor no. Na nwachia se kuraba. Kwasi ampe no wakwaye operation wo UK enche bi obewu kwase asa no watena Bank of Ghana edwiri ekaguo and we no in the name of a building where we are millions or we see a boka 60 billion. Now John Mahama Amin almost say they are going to investigate this building, but in the meantime no Bank of Ghana for offices no majority of the spaces are empty. Now sa office here we see and na Bank of Ghana bet to me use about 10 rooms per. So Bank of Ghana can lease the offices, whether they're old or new, they can lease it, and when they lease it, they can raise close to 53 billion. So why are we sitting here? Why are we saying we don't have money? Why are people saying, say, where is John Mahama's government going to get money? When you are able to get your government to be disciplined, physical discipline, you cut down on unnecessary expenditure. Sika eko baby and Faso so. Ministers are omu use fuel, omu je cars, so cutting it down. Unnecessary expenditure from the Jubilee House. the kind of CEOs living lavishly, when you're able to prune and trim the system, you will make enough money to solve your problems. The NDC government, what they are trying to do, they know that when we are able to put things in order well, Ghana seek so in the next year, 2 or 3. And that is the step they are taking gradually. And I'm very happy about the new Bank of Ghana governor. Very smart guy, very intelligent guy. And I know this guy is not going to be stupid to say the Addison, not Otieno. Because Addison, naturally, not Oyarintina, na Adreno, Enye Juma. Na Addison and Adreno, and yes, solid. So they were using him. Addison was just a vegetable at the Bank of Ghana. But this one is young. This one is proactive. This one is intelligent. He has been there before. This one knows. Onim Ejumano and Otiasie. And I believe, say, for the finance minister to suggest this or the government to suggest this, is the best thing for Ghana right now. Because a dime baby Bank of Ghana is, you're renting a sisu or any sika. But when you do the maths, that's the old renti and now ulizi a dime way at the other companies are. You are going to then get back about 60 billion. But the auditing of the new building there, it needs to happen. We cannot say the auditing of the new Bank of Ghana building, it should just go like that. We need to audit it. We need independent auditors who are not affiliated to government to audit the Bank of Ghana building. It's something that needs to be done. And I am hoping the governor of Bank of Ghana will try everything possible and convince his board to make sure, say, Bank of Ghana has independent forensic auditor or auditors to audit this building for us to know where the money really went. Let's see, Sika or Ghana. Addison, Ghana for a demonstration, because I'm paying yare force and catch say we are hooligans. Murefi. A Caribbean consider the pen, big pen, one trim. Addison, because I'm paying this. Yenye sika na odeko UK koyo operation. Addison, our money or tam sika Bank of Ghana and odeko saving a life ewe UK. Kwasi asa no. Okatakyie say we demonstrating against his bad leadership we are hooligans. Now asem obeto aka North Korea, you be ku ato atwene. Obeto aka China, ya beti we ketekete twawuti. Kwasi ampanyi we die sika titifie or say ye chede ba. Na ye twini mu. You are not supposed to be selective when it comes to the law and how you want the law to apply. No. Addison Muna say Ghana, they are crazy, dangerous, foolish people. We were calling on him to resign. He doesn't have, his health wasn't good. Mental health was bad. We were telling him, resign and let us take care of this Bank of Ghana. Or see, we are hooligans. Kwasia, we are hooligans. We will see who is a hooligan in Ghana. So we need to be very, very proud of this. And as Ghanaians, these are some of the things that we need to sit down and have a conversation about. If you ask me, I'll tell the new Bank of Ghana governor that he needs to push his board to understand, say, what he came to inherit, we need to get to the bottom of it, and that a forensic audit by an independent auditor who knows what he's doing, it needs to be done. If the board of Bank of Ghana wants to make sure corruption is defeated and the Bank of Ghana cleans its image for it to become a credible institution we all be happy about, they are supposed to allow an independent forensic auditor or audit firm to audit this building. $300 million building. We need to know where exactly our money went and what it was used for. These are things that we are not supposed to play with. These are things that we are supposed to pay attention to. These are the kind of conversations we need to have. We cannot let people come, steal, walk, and their children will tell our children that, yeah, papa, I'm bra. We need to make sure those who steal pay for it. We need to make sure those who steal from us, we penalize them, we punish them. Senebeya, San Kwasiafo Nemma, Enko Embe Kanchre say, Dien, Yeni ye papa no ma mobra abra ne papa Addison Kwasi ampanyi we no ono no otena Bank of Ghana ebo besia ebo ka 60 billion etwa sikagumu. We are not supposed to open those kind of spaces for people to even have the opportunity to tell us those things, because politicians in Kwasiafo we give to Oware why to say backpacking ne ba beba be ka kire say ye Kwasiafo ne pa me bobra at our expense. Me say Gifty Oware we are. Why it's a backpack no? Why it's a Nike backpacker? Yari kwaje pay no. Neba in the next 5-10 years. Neba ba catch a Ghana for say nkwasiafo because ne papa ne mama awie sika me yanche ne mama ambo de tu enku no. Into obeka che say ye ne papa no ma mbobra. So whatever we can do to press their neck to make sure they pay for the sins and the corruption and the stealings, we need to support it. We need to go out all the way out and make sure these people pay for their sins. We are not supposed to underestimate these people because today as we speak, Addison Ebeka Ghana for Senkwasiafo because Omumba go abroche suade. Sankwasiafo mu wi esika ken Ofori Atta ene omomaka no omomba gu aboche omeka kire say ye papa no ma mbobra ye papa no yankwasiafo efri say ye papa no de no nya corrupt ye papa ma nkwaje aban sika enti ye papa no yankwasiafo ye yenkurasefo sankwasiafo mu MPP we mu no omomba bebeka kire. So we need to stop them. We need to let their kids know say omo papa no yamwa also mu da jail no mu. We need to prosecute them. We need to let them be an example, scapegoat. We need to use them. We need to pay them back. We need to punish them. So nebano ewu di ede ye ne maame na wa ise backpack na. Nebano wu di ede ne papa te said na bi kwasiampen wa ise dansan no. Nebano wu di ede ne papa Ofori Atta. Nebano ye man Ghana adwuma obedwene. One shekura Ghana Juma Crobetchin Wifro, every say onim say or Bokelesa, Yadini Papa to Fiasman Wee and on no de Fiasu. So Addison, Ofori Atta, these people are supposed to face trial. They are supposed to rot in jail. Some of them we are supposed to make sure we keep them for good to die in jail. We need to keep them in jail to die. We are not supposed to let them be part of us as humans again. Because we need to reset the system and change the system for people to believe in the system again. Let's not do politics as usual again. Let us not see everything as normal again. What John Mahama and the NDC are doing is a 42-year agenda we all need to support. It is painful, but we all have to go through and accept. We all need to be disciplined enough. We all need to be focused. We need to be correcting each other. Or say people make mistakes. Government make mistakes. We tell the government need to listen to us. We need to shape in the system. We need to guide each other. The NDC and Ghanaians can build this nation. And from what you have seen in the past 2 months, you know that John Mahama has the will. John Mahama has the heart. The NDC are ready to serve. We need to support them. And then I was listening to some of the NPP communicators. And their issue was that 24-hour economy, sika bay ni 24-hour economy. Na 24-hour economy and na NDC for the deda and no about power. I didn't think a budget 24-hour economy enim. But the finance ministers told us said the 24-hour economy policy will be presented to Parliament and that the needed the details has to be sorted out or state labor concerns or study about some acts that needs to be looked at before the 24-hour economy policy is implemented. Now the question here is, so big TV so and our radio so can just say 24-hour economy NDC for first sika wo here nipa no we Jimmy on governance I say. Let me tell you, when Dr. Baumia was saying digitization or digitalization, did he ever mention money? Digitalization. Because in the first place, if we're talking about investing money in digitalization or digitization, the NDC, in fact, put a lot of money into building infrastructure to make sure digitization or digitalization becomes a reality in Ghana. But when it comes to something like even digitalization or digitization, it is not the digitization you see and basically the end game. Digitization or digitalization, it is basically the springboard. And I'm going to let you understand what 24-hour economy means. 24-hour economy, enya bayere yokoti sikato. Beba parliament, I can say, you $400 million for a 24-hour economy. I want you to understand something. Na me BB swatch remo. MPP omo Jimmy. Say digitization about me who did na. Debia make catch them say, but digitization kwa no can on tiasie. Now digitization, it is not the end product. Now for digitization to be relevant and to be advantageous to the citizenry or the government, digitization serves as a springboard. It serves as a conveyor. Enti obi ekueni na odo banchi, odo bodie, odo kodu. Opese oton na ewiase hu se di kodu no sebi kodu pa enwote efe na ebo akese a se odua kodu na enye digitization edi dua kodu no e wo se ode asobo form e wo se ode fertilizer guso e wo se oye manual work ni wie so odua kodu na kodu ni nyini na otwa e wo se of finding way to let that kodu no become valuable sene be ya edu dwa so a kodu na anka wo se ekurase eto no 1 cedi no edwa so no ye beto no 10 Ghana. How does it work? That is where digitization comes in. Into what the farmer will do, and say, now digitization will rebrand the product, how it's being packaged, how it's being sold. Digitization will basically propel, it will sell the product to the world. Into product nanka the value 1 cedi no, because of digitization, that is a propeller, which is not the end game. No, the digitization will prepare that product to be sold in the market. So it basically processes it and makes it favorable for the market. Into through digitization, obi oha oye kokwa kwani anase odua kodu na ye ton ne nyoma e won kran enso no te akrofuom ni nyina ne say he is able to sell kodu no packaged on the internet into obetumi dia to TikTok, obetumi etwa picture no e dia Facebook business platform, but oti ayontombra. The issue is that digitization that has become a propeller, no, the end game has become money. It has become value. So you don't need $100 billion to say you need to pump into digitization. No, you need digitization to be a middle, what you call a conveyor to, at the end of the day, no, the end product, digitization will make the end product a reality. In Tinaba Omiaka digitization, he did not understand it because you cannot just say digitization. Digitization is a propeller, it's an enhancer. Digitization is a conveyor. Digitization changes the value of products and makes it easy to be sold. That is the role digitization play. Now, people will bring a 24-hour economy into this conversation. Say, the NDC campaign was centered on 24-hour economy. At the year kind budget, 24-hour economy did not get any money allocated to it. The same way digitization that is the same way 24-hour economy is. Now, the 24-hour economy is a policy. Now, how is the 24-hour economy going to help? At the end of the day, create the jobs. How is the 24-hour economy going to help? Open up the country infrastructure-wise, engineering-wise, production-wise. How is it going to help? Now, remember, there's what we call the big push. So you don't necessarily need money to put into something called 24-hour economy policy. There is a policy the NDC introduced to Ghanaians, a friend, the big push. Now, the big push is going to get over $10 billion. Now, the component in the big push, is what will feed the 24-hour economy for it to be a reality. In the big push, they have infrastructure. We have something called agro processing. They have something like they have a lot in the big push. Now, let me tell you something. In that big push, if you are able to, through the big push, you are able to employ 20,000 Ghanaians in agro processing. What is going to happen? And they say, agro processing, they are going to work for 24 hours. So if the agro processing is working for 24 hours, it sucks its blood from the 24-hour economy policy, because the policy is sitting there waiting for the big push, the components in the big push to do the job to feed the 24-hour economy. So you don't need money to say this is for 24-hour economy. It is what is in the big push that will generate what 24-hour economy needs. So 24-hour economy, basically is the hub. But then the hub that takes full blood, it takes the blood from the big push. What is in the big push? It is also infrastructure. Then you get companies that open a lot of infrastructure companies that are working 24 hours. They are going to feed from the 24-hour economy by getting incentives from the government. Now, the incentives in the Ebini say they are going to get what we call tax breaks. They are going to get what we call lights. They are going to give them decent lights to buy. So in all that, the 24-hour economy does not need money. What we will get out of the big push, it can basically generate revenue for government to use it to subsidize or to help whoever falls within the big push. You don't necessarily need to go pick $100 billion and say 24-hour economy office, take it. It does not work like that. It is through the big push. What is in the big push? The component in the big push. If we are able to get agro-processing companies 20,000 or Ghana, all the agro-processing companies, when they work 24 hours, they are going to all be sacked by the 24-hour economy policy. And when I say they are going to be sacked, it means that all the companies are going to get incentives from the 24-hour economy. Into the 24-hour economy does not have to have money. It is through the companies, what they will generate that the government will get from, and then it goes back to power the 24-hour economy. So it is not so complicated. The government does not have to come to parliament and say, the $100 billion I'm a 24-hour economy. No, the 24-hour economy will derive, it will get its blood from the components in the big push. And this is basic governance. This is basic economics. And I'm sure, Mr. S, what did you just send me? The big push. Thank you very much. So all these things we are talking about, when the big push becomes very effective, 24-hour economy automatically absorbs it. And they fall within it. Into some MPP Nibiti TV so catcher will say, now 24-hour economy, with Jimmy on TSC. Now look at the big push. This is the big push. Let me read something to you. Under the big push, John Mahama, I introduced this policy. This is the policy that is going to feed the 24-hour economy. NPP for TSC. Mr. S, thank you very much. Now, when you read the big push policy introduced by John Dramani Mahama is a 10 billion infrastructure-focused initiative aimed at transforming Ghana's economy and addressing critical development challenges. Here are the key components of the policy. The key components are infrastructure development. There is job creation. In fact, when you read the big pusher, there is infrastructure development, job creation, there is economic diversification, there's education and skill development, there's health sector improvement. These are all the components in the big push. You can also see things like environmental sustainability, completion of abandoned projects, and also youth empowerment. So all these components are in the big push, the $10 billion big push. So if all these components becomes effective, that means all these components are going to employ Ghanaians who have not been employed. And all these components are going to work 24 hours. So they are all going to be sacked by the 24 hours because government is going to make a revenue out of the components that are working 24 hours. Into the 24 hours become the umbrella that basically will guide. So what happens? And then they say, now there's a framework. And the framework and the umbrella. The 24-hour economy, all these components are going to work within that frame. And that frame, and that incentive, a 24-hour economy, it goes straight to help the components in the big push. Into 24-hour economy, big push, they work, they synchronize. The moment you take 24-hour economy from there, big push becomes difficult. Now, big push and 24-hour economy, they work in hand. That is why it is important for you to sit down and understand what governance is. What John Mahama has put together and planned, So I need so I want to see it. And you need to understand. In this all TSCA, then what are we going to look at? We are going to look at the big push very well. Government is supposed to pump money into big push. Big push will revive 24-hour economy. Into the MPP, they don't have this intelligence to understand. So they were expecting, say, Yabeka budget, Nanka to Forson say we have take out 100 billion for 24-hour economy. Because 24-hour economy is not going to go build a factory. 24-hour economy is a policy that is going to guide people who want to enroll on the policy to become beneficiaries. So why do you give 24-hour economy $100 billion? No, because whatever comes out of the big push is going to be revenue going back to the government. And that revenue that goes back to the government is what the government is going to take some as their incentives for people who fall under or voluntarily are part of the 24-hour economy to enjoy. This is simple. This is straight. Into the conversation now about the NPP as a political party, anytime catch up say we are not supposed to waste our time on NPP. The NPP are stupid. They do basic politics. Ya kwesi toilet, ya polytank. They don't understand the modern day politics that we are all at the end of the day experiencing. We need to understand the 42-year agenda. Ghanaians, it is very important we all stick to that agenda. Let us help John Mahama. Let us help the NDC. Let us make sure, say, the NDC, the almost 30 years and how they are going, we help them to make sure, say what, they help this country, help Yejimba, protect every single person for this country to be that great country we want. 42 years, yet to me sticking with the NDC. They are going to make mistakes. We have to guide them. We need to protect them. We need to speak to them in a hard way when we have to do that. We also need to congratulate them and applaud them when they do the right thing. 42 years, Ghana will be the country we want. 42 years, 46 years, 50 years, see a giant NDC. Not yet the credit show from the way they have started. This country will be the country we have been yearning for all these years. It is very important and imperative. As Ghanaians, these things, we don't underestimate it. The 42-year agenda is very important. The NPP should never come close to power again. Because, such conversation, we'll have majority of the people who follow the NPP don't understand it. Majority of the people are omudi MPP and we Ghanaians you do point to be we understand what governance is, so we are not supposed to waste our time on piglets. And we need to do what? We need to stop wasting our time on them. Because Obi Kachiro say 24-hour economy, then it means he understands it. So the 24-hour economy then that person does not need to be asking you questions. Because you don't ask people, you know you are a man. You know so you can sleep with a woman. You don't go outside there and ask people, do you think I'm a man? Do you think I can sleep with a woman? No. Into so because on the world 24-hour economy, now on him word now, then that person should understand how 24-hour economy works. And that is how the conversation should be. That is how we can protect our nation. This country, Ghana, baby, you do know, to lead us. We don't leave stupid, foolish, tribal, egoistic, ignorant, daft mind people to lead this nation. We need selfless, intelligent, honest, truthful people who are patriotic, willing to help. And that is what we see in John Mahama and the NDC. Anytime I catch Ghana for, this is my platform. It does not defend bad governance. What I have seen in the past 60 days or so is good governance. And John Dramani Mahama has proven and shown that we Ghanaians need to support this government, protect this government, guide this government, criticize this government constructively. They also need to respect us as citizens and taxpayers. We can build this nation in the next 42 years. We can handle and build our nation. The honest truth here is the NPP no egu. No intelligent, honest Ghanaian should waste their time on a group of stupid, countless, stupid, ignorant people who only care about themselves. Selfish ingrates who think, say, and say, we need to be serious. So this platform is here to enlighten Ghanaians. We are on TV, we are on radio, we are on Facebook, we are on TikTok. You can choose whatever platform you want to watch us from. But you need to understand the basics, the principles. And say, Ghana as a nation today, we Ghanaians, we want to protect our nation from the NPP. We want to guide the NDC for the next 42 years to make sure this country is the country that we have been yearning to get. The country Kwame Nkrumah wanted us to have. John Mahama and the NDC, they have shown it. They are showing it. We are also supporting. We are being honest. Let us all come together as a people In Kwasiafo way, they will rant, they will insult, they will be tribalistic, they cannot move away from their old ways. They are going to still be criminals, they are going to be selfish, they are going to be egoist, they are stupid, they are a bunch of fools. MPP negu and makachre Ghana, ma show Otumfuo bo, meguno eman ding ada ema sebio kwasiampanyi bia ntumi mfa MPP so eni di Otumfuo atam. Otumfuo said to kuraji atum, why na wa Ghana obetuma kase ma mengu MPP. Megu MPP. And as Otumfuo atum no, in the name of God, MPP megu no. Megu MPP.